Hey guys, Jeff here, and I just got done watching something that might have flown under your radar, The Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, starring Nick Cage. It's an update on, I think, the 1992 Bad Lieutenant that starred Harvey Keitel. It was just like this depraved movie about this corrupt cop. And this one's directed by Werner Herzog. I don't know if it's Werner or Werner, spelled Werner. Supposedly great director, like especially for documentaries, I guess. But the only thing I've seen by him is Grizzly Man. He seems like a weird dude, and this is a weird goddamn movie. Oh my god, is this weird? It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but I liked it in a way. I kind of liked it. It's gonna be kind of hard for me to defend because I can see what people would say is bad about it. It's almost easier to come up with things that are bad about it than it is to come up with ways to defend it. Uh, Nicolas Cage plays like an openly corrupt cop who, you name it, he does it. Kind of like in the original, except in the original, it was serious, I guess, more serious. Even though it was just like this repulsive cop movie, this one is just the same thing, but kind of played for laughs, if I'm interpreting right. So, like, yeah, he's like addicted to gambling, drugs, sex, all of the above. And like I said, but in this, he never faces any consequences for it, really. Like, bad things keep happening, but he somehow gets out of it. So you're like, the only way I could categorize it is this is like a dark comedy. Like I said, it won't be everybody's cup of tea. I don't know what it was about me or what it was about it that won me over. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but I enjoyed it. I would, like, if you're into films, I would recommend seeing it just because it's just so bizarre. You just gotta see it. It keeps getting weirder and weirder as it goes on. I wonder if it has like a message or what. I don't think so. It's just like a dark comedy. I don't know, making fun of Americans or something. Maybe that's the wrong way to read it, but like some sort of commentary about our modern culture. And I guess there was something about the character in the original Bad Lieutenant that must have drew the people that made this into making this reimagining of it. It's not really a sequel. It's not connected to the first. It's just similar to the first and has the same name. So Nicolas Cage has a fun time with his character here. And it's not exactly like he's not doing the same act as he did in Leaving Las Vegas where he was a drunk. Here it's like he's losing it and stuff, but he's still somehow able to focus on the case. It's just a different style. It's not the same drunk as he was in Leaving Las Vegas. And like I said, let's I could list the things that people are gonna say about this. Is doesn't know whether it wants to be serious or funny. I think it wants to be funny. Um, People are gonna say it's long. Yes, it's a little long. They're gonna say it's boring. There's not enough action in it. There's almost no action in it. I think there was one scene of violence, but it always feels like you're on the edge of something bad happening. So it manages to create tension without always having to give you the payoff. But really, though, if you think about it, the tension's better than the payoff, anyways. So yeah, they're gonna say it's long. It's all over the place with its mood and tone. Nicolas Cage, who I think like really has a fun time with this role and is part of the reason I liked it. Some people are gonna hate him in it. I mean, screw it. I like Nicolas Cage. I like some of his dumb action movies. I like what he did, back in the '80s, Raising Arizona, stuff like that. I liked I liked Knowing. I thought that was a great movie. and I liked him here. He was fun to watch. Although I know people are gonna be like, God, he was terrible in it, and he does sometimes try to do like these. I don't know if it's a New Orleans accent or if I'm tripping or what. He tries to do some sort of accent, and it's just terrible sounding. Besides Nick Cage, you got like a whole bunch of interesting characters showing up. You have like Exhibit as the guy. The story is Nick Cage is trying to solve like a multiple homicide. Like five people got killed in a. It's like five immigrants got killed in some house or apartment, and Nicolas Cage is trying to solve it. And this is another thing people are gonna say is like you're not sure sometimes whether like him solving the case is the main story or if that's just a distraction from focusing on Nick Cage being a complete lunatic. Like, and I would agree with that, but I still, like I said, despite all its faults, I liked the movie. There's something there. There's some meat there. But besides Nick Cage, you got Exhibit as the guy he's trying to track down, the guy that killed the whole family. He's like a drug dealer. Sorry if that's a bit of a spoiler, but uh, you have Val Kilmer as his partner, uh, who's also, I think, crooked. I mean, this movie has to be a comedy because, like, Nick Cage makes no real attempts to hide the fact that he's crooked. He's doing stuff right in front of people in his department, and everyone else seems to be kind of crooked too. Uh, Eva Mendes looking good in it sometimes. Sometimes she looks like shit. She plays a prostitute that he goes to, and she's also addicted to drugs. Fruza Balk shows up as like another cop. Oh, Brad Dourif, Chucky. Uh, I love Brad Dourif. He plays Nicolas Cage's bookie in this, so it's a good cast. It's just I'm telling you, for some people, this is not gonna rub people the right way at all. There's just something about it that I liked. I mean, it's easily better. I don't remember the original Bad Lieutenant that much, but I don't remember liking it at all. I liked Nicolas Cage here, and I like the fact that it didn't try to be serious. It was. Let me put it this way: it's a unique movie. It's just different and strange, and for a lot of people, it's going to be unsatisfying. But I think if it's, I think if it's something you got to see if you're into movies, just it's one of those movies you have to see. I'm doing probably a terrible job explaining it, but I mean, the main thing I could say about it is it's weird. That's the best description for it. A bizarre, dark comedy about a crooked cop who's completely fucked up out of his mind, trying to solve a case, who somehow, you know, yeah, it's like a comedy. He somehow manages to succeed each step along the way and get himself out of these situations. I mean, you could say the same thing about The Shield, I guess, in some way, but no, this isn't like The Shield. This guy keeps doing stupid things, and he's completely, Vic Mackey wasn't completely fucked out of his head when he was doing this stuff. He was strategizing. This guy has no strategy, and he somehow keeps succeeding. He keeps getting promoted up to lieutenant, and so if you want to see like their take, a modern take on the old Bad Lieutenant movie, or if that just if you like to see weird movies that you're just gonna be like, what the hell just happened? Like, it doesn't really have a point, I don't think. It just is bizarre, and I guess for me that made it good enough to watch. So, anyways, thanks for watching.